You'll never guess what happened.
You finally got that promotion? Or Max aced his science test? Spill the beans.
Even better. I met someone amazing. Like, seriously amazing. His name is Ben, and he's everything.
Whoa there, sis. Didn't expect that. How long have you guys been dating?
Not long, but it feels like forever. He gets me, you know? Like no one else ever has.
Well, that's great. I'm really happy for you. Just take it slow, okay?
I know. I won't rush into anything crazy. But I'm telling you, Liam, he's the one.
He sounds fantastic. Is he good with Max?
Actually, he hasn't met Max yet. But I'm sure they'll hit it off in no time. Ben's great with kids.
Just make sure to introduce them carefully. Max getting attached to someone, then it not working out. Well, you know how it is.
Seriously, Liam, stop worrying. You act like I'm a teenager with her first crush. This is different. Trust me.
All right. If you're happy, I'm happy. Just promise me you'll keep Max's best interests in mind.
Duh, I always do. Anyway, gotta run. We're having dinner tonight. Wish me luck.
Of course. But seriously, Sarah, keep your eyes open. Sometimes things that seem too good to be true often are.
Love you, Buzzkill. But also, I really appreciate you caring so much. You're the best brother ever.
Anytime, sis. But about this Ben guy, any other details I should know?
Let's see. He works in finance, loves action movies. Totally your type, right?
Sounds amazing. It really seems like you've hit the jackpot.
Right? But there is this one thing that might seem a bit unconventional.
Uh-oh. Hit me with it. No judgment here, I promise.
He's younger. Like, a good bit younger.
Younger as in 4 or 5 years younger than you? Or younger as in could be my college buddy?
Closer to the college buddy option.
Whoa. Okay, not gonna lie. That's surprising. Are you sure about this, Sarah?
More sure than I've ever been about anything. Age is just a number, you know? Ben is mature, responsible, and he makes me happier than any man I've ever dated.
I know, sis, but age gaps can be tricky. You have to be sure this is real, and not just a fling, or him taking advantage of you.
Liam, stop it. You don't even know him. Trust me, he's not like that.
All right. If you truly believe he's the one, then I support you. But seriously, just be careful.
I will. You have to meet him sometime. Then you'll see what I mean, Mr. Skeptic.
I'm holding you to that. But remember, I'll always be on your side, no matter what.
Best brother ever! Now I gotta go. I'm making him his favorite pasta dish for dinner.
Enjoy your date night. But just a heads up, I might be interrogating this Ben guy the next time I see him. Hey, Ben. I went and picked up Max from school. He seemed like he had a good day. He's been talking a lot ever since he got in the car. I'm helping him with his homework right now. He's having some trouble with math. Thanks, Liam. You're a big help. I would have gone to pick him up myself, but I've got my job and all that. You know how it is. I hope you don't mind having to pick him up every day. I feel bad about making you do all the work when I'm his father. Not at all. You're super busy. I want to help however I can. It's the least I can do to thank you. I was off work today anyway. Yay for regular holidays. Don't worry about it, and just focus on taking care of yourself. Thanks so much. I don't know what I'd do without you. I'll come get him when I'm done here. Should be done around 9. It's gonna be a while. Is it okay if I leave him with you for that long? No problem. I got this. Max isn't hard to take care of at all. I love being with him. He's smart, quiet, inquisitive, everything you could want in a child. I'm all good over here. Heck, sometimes I even think I'm learning things from him, too. That's so reassuring. He seems to really like you. You guys get along great. I'm terrible in comparison. I never have time to spend with him, and I'm too tired when I get home from work to really talk with him. You do everything for me. I don't know how to repay you. You don't need to pay me back for anything. You can't blame yourself for having a job. You're a human being with needs and a life too. Max understands that. He doesn't expect anything more from you. You say that, but it's already been a whole year since I married your sister. I haven't been able to bond with Max at all during that time. He probably still doesn't like me very much. You really think so? I feel like he thinks differently. It's really embarrassing to think about. I mean, I suddenly gained a young son, you know? Some people are just naturally good with kids, so they get close with their stepkids in no time. I have no idea how to connect with him. It's like we have nothing to bond over. From what I can tell, you and him are already father and child. He gets excited to see you when he goes home. I feel like you shouldn't be putting yourself down so much. I'm glad to hear that. But whenever I think about how we're not connected by blood, I just can't help but feel that way. I know not everyone thinks blood is important, but to me it's something special. Don't get me wrong, I'm still trying to connect with Max. The thought is just always in the back of my head, you know? I got this part-time job as a way to escape from it all. I feel guilty and bad about it, but there's nothing else I can do. The stress is piling up as it is. And then whenever you help me out, it makes me question what I'm even doing in comparison. I know how you feel about the whole blood thing. I don't know what to tell you other than do your best for Max. I'm sure he'll recognize your efforts and you'll start to feel that real connection with him. And you don't have to worry about me either. I like spending time with Max. I can be there for him while you're at work. You do such a great job caring for him and making him feel loved. I wish I could have turned out like you. I envy you and your life. I just don't think too hard about it. It's not something to be praised for. See that? It's stuff like that that makes me jealous of you. I'm not unself-aware, you know. I know exactly where I'm lacking. I can't just run away from everything all the time. I have to step up to the plate and take charge. But I overthink things. And then I lose track of them and end up not knowing what to do. I'm in a different position than you, so I can't speak from experience here. But I think it's incredible that you're worrying so much for Max. You really don't have anything to put yourself down for. Me? Incredible? You've got to be kidding. He even reminds me of you. He works just as hard as you every day and tries hard to make things work. He even talks about you fondly. You're still parent and child even though you don't have the same blood. Even if you don't get close to him right away, I'm sure he'll do it one way or another. He knows how you feel, and that you're trying. That's all you can ask for now. I sure hope so. Sorry about all this. I didn't mean to vent at you. I'll listen to you vent however much you want. It doesn't even have to just be about parenting. It can be about work, too. Don't try to keep it all in. For your sake and Max's. Your health comes first, and part of keeping good health is making sure you're not bottling everything up. There's probably some things you'd rather tell me than my sister, too. Believe me, I get it. Come talk to me anytime. I will, thank you. I'm gonna get back to work now. Is it okay if you take Max again this weekend? I know it's a burden. I'm sorry. Nope, I got it covered. I was just going to go to my parents' house this weekend anyway. No sweat at all. Max likes hanging out with them too. Go get him, Ben. Thank you. And thanks again for everything else. Hey, how's Max doing? He's not bothering you or anything, is he? He wouldn't dare. He's a good kid. He's just minding his own business as usual. Are you on break right now? Yep, just started. I was worried about Max since I leave him with you so often. I can't stop thinking about it during work. Nah, it's all good. He's honestly pretty mature for his age. At least compared to other kids I've seen. He's got it together. He had to learn to be that way because my wife and I are so busy all the time. I feel so bad about it. He should be more like other kids and run around. We just don't have time to be with him. That's why he ended up taking on adult responsibilities so early. I feel so guilty about that. You're busy, Ben. He knows that. It's no one's fault. My sister's always focused on her work, too. You know how she is. Sorry she's so much trouble. I think I'm gonna call her one of these days and tell her you've been stressed. That's the only way she knows how to provide for us. You don't have to worry about her. She still hasn't learned after all these years, is the thing. She's gotta get it together and realize how important family time is at some point. I think you and her should take it easy. Go on a vacation or something. She snagged such a young, handsome man for a husband. Is she really just going to let him work all the time and not spend time with him? You're even younger than me, though. You and her are pretty far apart in age. She's kind of like a parent to me. She taught me a lot growing up. I was a pretty stubborn kid. Our actual parents were more surprised when I got my girlfriend pregnant. No one thought I was the type. They thought I was too young. Not many people have kids at this age. It really is surprising. You're raising a baby at your age. I still have time myself. I'm not too much older than you. Maybe not right now, but I want a kid of my own one day. Max would be a big brother if you had one. I'm sure he'd love that. He'd make a great brother. You're closer in age with me than my sister. You have plenty of time. No need to rush. I'm worried about my kids not being siblings by blood. I'm scared I might prefer one over the other, or that they might not get along, or feel like they're in the same family. Please be nice to my future child. I know it might be weird since I'm new to the family, but I promise he or she will be just as precious to you as Max. Of course. They'll be my niece or nephew, same as Max. Speaking of which, I hope my sister gets it together by then, too. I wouldn't say she's doing the best job at providing right now. I wonder. Sometimes it's easier when she's not around. She always has so much to say, and it's almost always about work. Sometimes I prefer her not to be around so I can get some peace. Maybe I'll take a spa day one of these days to decompress. I get you. She's always been like that. I really thought she would have shaped up by her second marriage, but she's the same as she always was. You've got a lot of work ahead of you to fix her. Don't worry, I'll try to help. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm getting a call. I'll talk to you later. Go ahead, take your time. I'm in no rush. Liam, it's awful. The hospital called. They said Sarah got into an accident. What? Oh no. She was on her way home from work and got hit by a car, apparently. She's in a pretty bad state, with a lot of injuries, they said. An ambulance took her to the hospital in town. Is she okay? How bad are the wounds? I don't know yet. They didn't say. They just told me to get to the hospital as fast as possible. So I should go, right? I don't really know what to do. Of course you should go. But I'm at work right now. We're really busy with customers at the moment. I probably won't be able to make it back in time even if I take a break and go now. And I feel bad for just leaving Max there with you. Ugh, there's just so much happening. Just tell your boss. They have to understand. Just leave Max here. He'll be fine. I'll let him stay over if you need him to. Just go. This is an emergency. Don't think about anything else. Just get going. Right. I'm sorry. It's all just so sudden. I can't think straight. It happens. Just go to the hospital. Leave everything else for later. You're not going to feel any better until you know what her status is. Please just blank out your mind and get there as fast as possible. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Liam. I'm gonna head to the hospital. I'll text you again as soon as I can. Please take care of Max for me. Is everything okay, Ben? I haven't seen you since my sister's funeral. I know it's hard, but please check in every now and again so I know you're all right. I'm really worried about you. Are you feeling okay? I'm all right. I'm sorry about Max, too. I don't mean to just force him onto you. I've been meaning to see him. I've just been so busy with dealing with all of Sarah's stuff. There was more of it than I thought. I wasn't expecting Sarah's death either. It came as a shock to everyone. I'm not doing too great on my end either. But Max is my top priority. He took it pretty hard. It's affecting him a lot. He hasn't been eating or sleeping much, and getting him to school is a struggle. We've been letting him stay home whenever he asks. Don't worry about leaving him here. We're all doing our best to care for him. You need time to think clearly. Take as much time as you need. I really do. I had no idea it would turn out like this. There's so much to think about. Leave Max with me for a while. My parents have been helping out with him too. We all want you to have time. We'll make sure he's well taken care of. Try not to put yourself down for this. Thank you for thinking of me. I'll leave Max with you then. I'm really grateful for that. I wouldn't know what to do with him otherwise. He's probably confused since he lost both his mother and father at the same time. He'll get over it in no time, though. He'll forget and move on. He's young enough to where his memories will fade when he gets older. Kids are malleable like that. What? Aren't you Max's father? What do you mean he's losing both of them at once? I thought he was going to live with you. Not like he has anywhere else to go. You're his closest relative. So, I'll leave him with you. I need to start planning ahead, you know? There are things I want to do with my life that I can't with a kid attached. I've got my eye on some ladies recently. Wait, hang on a sec. I have no idea what you're talking about. Planning ahead? Ladies? You're giving Max to me. It doesn't make any sense. It makes plenty of sense. Not sure what you're not getting about this. I'm not related to him. Not by blood, not on paper. Why would I take care of him after his mom dies? I'm not responsible for him. He'd just get in the way of my future life. I can't go around dragging a kid who's not even related to me. Listen to yourself. You sound horrible. My sister just died. Her funeral just ended. Yet you're already focused on ladies? What's happening? Ben, you might be in shock from the whole thing and aren't thinking clearly. Why don't you slow down, put the phone down, get a good sleep, and then meet with me to talk about this tomorrow? Oh, come on, Liam. Think about it for a second. Did you actually think I loved her? I know I did everything right, but sheesh. We were so far apart in age, she could have been my mom. I'd never love someone that old. Ew. You even kept talking about how much you were worried about Max. You texted me about it every single day. Not to mention my sister. You guys had such a good relationship. Was all that a lie? Of course I was worried about them. I needed them to stay alive for at least a bit so I could secure my future. Her inheritance was going to be over $1 million. I thought you knew that. Her inheritance? What about it? What does that have to do with you or this situation? About anything? It has everything to do with me. I married her for that inheritance. Duh. I did what I could to be a good husband to her to get it. And now it's as good as mine. You have to be kidding me. No matter how far apart in age you were from her, she was only in her 40s. She wasn't going to die anytime soon. You would have had to stay with her for decades. What would you have done if she hadn't gotten into an accident? That's the thing. I was planning to be with her for a long time. I wasn't just going to hop from woman to woman. Women with assets like her don't come along very often. I really got lucky finding her. Plus, my girlfriend could have broken up with me before I got the inheritance. Then getting married would have been that much harder, don't you think? Pretty smart, huh? I had all this planned out for a while. Wait, girlfriend? Have you been cheating on Sarah this whole time? I thought you were too busy with your job to do anything else. How did you have time to cheat? What plan? I'm seriously worried about you, Ben. Please tell me what's going on. Dude, your sister was super rich. Why would I need to get a job? There was no need in the first place. I was lying the whole time. Never had a job, not even a part-time one. No matter how much money I made, it would never come close to her income, so why even bother? I can't hang out with my girlfriend if I have a kid to take care of either. So I just told you I had work so you'd take him. Worked like a charm. Oh my god. So every single time Max was here? Yep, I was with my girlfriend. You finally got it! You were a big help. I'm grateful. I got to cheat without any hitches. Nice. Every single day, too. Can you believe it? We went to so many places these past few months. I didn't even have to pay a dime. No, seriously. Thank you. Stop it. This is unforgivable. You just stomped all over my sister and Max's hearts. played with them like they were toys. But I was the perfect husband and father to them. I did everything by the books. Every single thing the way it was supposed to be done. She died without ever having to know I cheated too. What a bonus! That should be enough. It's fine. Case closed, no loose ends. What about Max? His mother just died. I told you we're not related. I don't care what happens to him now. Even when we were in the same house, I never talked to him. He probably doesn't even care that I'm gone. So that's why you said you don't know how to talk to him. You never intended to be his father in the first place. I didn't have to worry about Sarah noticing since she was at work all the time. Another thing I'm grateful for. I didn't think she'd die so quickly, though. At least now I can get married again. I really am lucky that she died. She basically only existed to leave me all that money. You're the worst. You're scum. I feel like an idiot for trusting you so much. That's your fault. It has nothing to do with me. You can't expect me to take responsibility for your feelings. Don't blame someone else. You've always been so annoying. It's too late to get all mad about it anyway. Excuse me? I've already moved out of the house. Took less than a week. I even managed to sell most of the stuff that was actually worth something. There wasn't much, but I got what I needed out of it. I'm all ready to get married again. Thanks for making the process so smooth. You really didn't waste any time after her death, did you? All that's left is the inheritance. Pretty sure the spouse is the first in line to receive it. It's all but guaranteed for me at this point, so I can relax and wait for the money to start rolling in. So these are your true colors, huh? You really aren't the person we all thought you were. Oh, come on. Deep down, you knew that guy never existed in the first place. You were always so trusting, but even you had to see through me. I wasn't trying that hard to hide it, man. But don't worry, you'll never have to talk to me again after I get the money. It'll all be over soon. Just don't think about it too hard or too much. It'll be better for you that way. Anyways, I'm going to go prime my bank account for the big bucks coming in. Bye-bye, former brother-in-law. Hi, Amy. This is Liam. I found your contact information through LinkedIn and need to speak with you. It's urgent. Can you meet today?
Hi, Liam? I don't think we've met before. Is this regarding work? If so, my availability is on my profile.
No, this is personal. It's about Ben. It's hard to say, and I apologize for the abruptness, but you need to know something important.
About Ben? Okay. I'm getting a little worried.
Ben was married. He wasn't just dating someone, he was a husband.
Married? But he never told me anything about that.
I know. His wife passed away recently. Her name was Sarah.
I'm so sorry to hear that. But I don't understand. How does this involve me? Did he just get out of a serious relationship?
He didn't love his wife. He was only with her for her money.
This is really starting to sound suspicious. Who are you? Why are you contacting me about his personal life?
Sarah was my sister. Ben has been lying about everything, including who he is.
Your sister? Is this some kind of prank? Why would Ben lie about being married? And how do you even know I exist?
It's not a prank. I can explain everything, but it's a lot. Can we meet to talk this through?
I need you to tell me more before I agree to meet up with a stranger. This is really bizarre.
I understand your hesitation, Amy. I wouldn't believe it either if I was in your shoes. Here's something to help make it a little clearer. Ben was Sarah's husband for several years. I have photos if you need proof.
Several years? But he's only a few years older than me. Did he have a previous marriage before meeting me? Is that what this is?
No. Sarah was his only wife. He hid their entire marriage from you.
How is that even possible? Why would he do that?
My sister was very wealthy. Ben married her only for her money. She passed away in a car accident, and he was hoping to inherit everything. Even worse, Sarah had a young son from a previous marriage. Ben became his stepfather.
God, that's awful. And he has a son? Why didn't he tell me any of this?
He didn't love Sarah or her son. He's been planning to abandon them both, probably even leave the country after receiving the inheritance. He's not the man you think he is.
I am absolutely sick to my stomach. I can't believe I fell for this. Everything he told me was a lie. Thank you for contacting me, Liam. If you hadn't, I would have had no idea.
Of course. I know this is overwhelming, but at least you found out now, before things got even worse. I'm so sorry you had to go through this.
Do you think he was using me as some kind of backup plan in case the inheritance fell through? I need to process all of this.
It's possible. Ben is a manipulator. But don't worry about him anymore. You deserve better. Would you like to meet up? I can explain everything in more detail. We can even look at some legal options if you want.
Yes, I think meeting up would be a good idea. This is a lot to take in, and I have so many questions. Thank you again, Liam. You've probably saved me from a terrible situation.
Where's my share of the inheritance? I should have received it by now, so I went and checked. Why did the kid get all $1 million? What kid needs that kind of money? What's he going to buy, 1,000 toy cars? No matter how you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. I see you're just as clueless as you look. Think about it for a second, and then you might get it. Although I guess this wouldn't have happened in the first place if you had thought about it to begin with. I shouldn't have expected anything out of you. What are you going on about? What happened? I'll get right to the point since you're not getting it. You never had any right to the inheritance in the first place. Even if Max wasn't in the picture, my parents and I are the first in line to receive it. You might as well be some random person off the street, in legal terms. Listen to yourself. Do you not see what's wrong with the situation? I was her husband. I should be first no matter how you look at it. You're right, the spouse always comes first. But that's if, and only if, you're actually the spouse. Which you aren't. So, no inheritance for you. Got it. What are you going on about now? I was actually her husband. So there's something wrong here. What aren't you getting? I'm not wrong about anything. You aren't actually my brother-in-law. You're complete strangers with my sister to top it off. And that's not even mentioning you and Max. Not actually your brother-in-law? Are you playing some sort of weird joke on me? I'm being serious here. Stop messing around. Well then, bro, tell me. You never actually got legally married to her, did you? And what about it? We were married in all aspects except on paper. What's the problem? No papers, no inheritance. That's how it works. Your relationship doesn't mean anything to the law if it's not in writing. Of course you're going to get treated differently from normal couples. It's not rocket science. You're just spouting nonsense at this point. I was officially one of her dependents. We also lived in the same house. It doesn't make any sense for me to get everything but the inheritance. You can say what you want to me, but I don't have any control over this situation. Try consulting a lawyer if you're so sure it's yours. You're not understanding me. Read my messages again. She and I were husband and wife in all respects. We just didn't have a marriage certificate. That means I'm the first in line to receive all of her possessions post-mortem. It doesn't matter what you think. Besides, you're the one who didn't want to get legally married in the first place. I remember you stopped my sister when she tried to go to court. She wrote about it in her diary. Okay, I did. But I didn't think it would turn out like this. I didn't think she would die. She'd already been divorced once, too. She let you talk her down from putting the papers out because she didn't want to make you feel bad or rethink anything. But she actually wanted to get married, don't you know? She never got the chance to do that. On the other hand, it all worked out in the end for you, didn't it? If I knew this would happen, I would have married her. I was too concerned about the future. Be honest. The truth is, you didn't want to be legally married so you could marry your girlfriend one day. And you didn't want your girlfriend to find out you were already married. Seems like that girl didn't even know. Poor girl. You've really done a good job putting all that useless cunning to use, haven't you? What? How do you know she didn't know? I looked her up. I can't go leaving any details uninspected since this concerns my sister. Your girlfriend was super surprised, by the way. She had no idea you were cheating on both her and my sister.
What did she say? She didn't say she was going to break up with me, did she?
Not only did she say she was going to break up with you, she's even going to help pay for damages for us. How nice of her. She said she feels really guilty to my sister for all this, even though she didn't know while it was going on. The least she could do is make it up to Max and all that. She's a surprisingly nice girl. Too bad her taste in men is so bad. Good for her. My family and I would have sued her otherwise.
You have to be kidding me. She threw me away just to make it up to you? What does that even mean? I moved out of the apartment just so I could marry her.
That's your problem. Do you know how many people you tangled up in your nasty schemes? My sister, Max, your girlfriend. They're all victims in this. You're the perpetrator, end of story. You have no right to complain about anything.
All right, I get it. You've made yourself crystal clear. I'll take Max. Happy now? I'll raise him, take care of him, talk to him, the works. I'll take the inheritance since he won't need it. I'll use some of it for his college funds even. I'm his father. I have that right.
What? I'll say it again, but you were never married to my sister. To make it even more clear, you're not related to Max. At all. Not his father, not his stepfather, not his uncle, nothing. You do not have custody over him. Naturally.
Then what do you want me to do? I have nothing left. I didn't get the inheritance, I left the apartment, and my girlfriend is going to dump me. So now I have no one to marry. Don't you see how awful things have gotten for me? How am I supposed to keep living in a situation like this? I have no idea what to do.
Oh, I'm so sorry that's happening to you. I don't like to meddle in other people's affairs, so I'll stay back behind these bars here and watch you from afar. Good luck, you'll figure it out. Just desserts, etc., etc.
I used to be your brother-in-law. I was so nice to you. I did everything for you. You can't just throw me away after everything we've been through. Please don't throw me away. I messed up, I know I did, but I can fix this. I can be better. You just have to give me a chance. Please.
Yeah, you're right. There was a time when I thought you were my brother-in-law. And you were indeed nice to me, even though it was all just a facade.
So you'll help me? We were so close. We could confide in each other. I could tell you about things I couldn't even tell Sarah. Liam, I have nothing left. Please, just help me and I'll never ask for anything again.
You were the one who threw all that away on your own. It makes sense that there aren't any hands to help you up anymore. You burned every bridge, closed every door, went all the extra miles to make this turn out the way it did for you. We really, truly aren't related anymore. Once the lawsuit is over, my family and I will no longer keep contact with you.
Don't say that, please. I'm begging you. My parents and your parents won't do anything for me. They won't forgive me. I have no one else to turn to but you. You have to remember all the good times we had. I took your help for granted. I'll pay you back after all this blows over, I swear. Please, just help me out this one last time.
I'm not obligated to help you after everything you've done. Sorry, but no. You dug your own grave, and now it's your job to climb out of it if that's what you want. Max is all I have left of my sister. I'm going to focus on taking care of him. Bye-bye, former brother-in-law.
Liam, I know things ended badly, but please hear me out. I need your help.
Ben, why are you even messaging me again? I thought I made myself clear. You're nothing but a stranger to me.
I know I messed up, royally, but I've hit rock bottom. I messed up with Amy, too. My parents won't talk to me. I'm running out of options.
You made your bed, Ben. What do you expect me to do about it?
I've been trying, I swear. No one will hire me. My reputation is ruined. And with the lawsuit, I lost everything I managed to keep. Everything.
Sounds like the consequences of your actions finally caught up, huh? Please, Liam, just this once. I won't take advantage, I promise. Just need a place to stay until I get back on my feet. For Max's sake, if nothing else. Don't you dare use Max to try and guilt-trip me. He's better off without you in his life. That's not fair. You know I was a good stepdad. A stepdad who was only there for the inheritance money. I made mistakes, okay? I was stupid, I admit it. But I messed up. I've learned my lesson. Just, please, a roof over my head. That's the bare minimum you can do as family. We're not family. Not anymore. I'd sooner let a stranger sleep on my couch before you. You're on your own, Ben. That's cold, man. Even after everything. Sarah wouldn't have wanted this. Don't bring my sister into this. You have no right. Please, Liam. Fine, whatever. But Sarah was a kind soul, you know that. She wouldn't like her brother turning his back on someone when they're down. You disgust me. You lost any right to talk about Sarah the moment you stepped into her life with lies in your heart. She deserved so much better. Okay, I messed up. But come on, we both know there's a tiny bit of kindness somewhere in there. You can't let an old grudge completely turn you to stone. Old grudge? I watched my sister's heart get ripped out and her son left without his dad. Don't you dare act like I'm being petty. Look, I'm not trying to excuse anything. But people do change. Give me a chance to prove it. That's all I ask. You had years to prove you were a good person while Sarah was alive. Instead, you chose to exploit her trust. You don't get a second chance with me. Fine, I get it. You hate me. Fair enough. But Max, you were his uncle. Don't you feel even a little bit of responsibility? My responsibility is to Max, which involves keeping manipulative, selfish people like you far away from him. I'm not asking to be his dad, just a place to crash for a while. I won't bother him, I swear. Think of it like paying back Sarah. A tiny bit of charity. It's hilarious you think I would ever be stupid enough to let you near my nephew after what you did. You're unbelievable. Just like Sarah always said. Stubborn as hell. She warned me about people like you. Too bad I didn't listen sooner. But you're not fooling me again. All right. So maybe I deserve that one. But seriously, just a few nights. I can sleep on the floor. I won't eat your food. I'll be practically invisible. I'm that desperate. And then what? You think after you get cozy, you'll start charming your way back into our lives? That we'll just forget? No thanks. I learned my lesson. This isn't about you, Liam. It's about helping someone out when they have nowhere else to turn. What would your parents say? Seeing your own blood begging on the streets. If my parents knew what you'd done, they'd have disowned you too. You're on your own, and it's nobody's fault but yours. Please, I'm truly begging you. This isn't me playing games anymore. I'm at the end of my rope. Then take a good long look at that rope. You're the one who tied it into a noose. No one is coming to rescue you, Ben. I don't even want to hear from you again. Goodbye.
Liam, I know this is out of the blue, and we haven't spoken much since everything, but I need your help.
Amy, of course. Is everything okay? Is this about Ben?
Yes. He won't leave me alone. He's been calling nonstop, showing up at my office, even messaging my friends. He's desperate for me to take him back.
I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. Has he threatened you in any way?
Not directly, but he's unpredictable. There's a side of him I never saw before, and it's honestly scaring me.
That sounds like Ben. Do you want me to talk to him? Maybe I can convince him to back off.
If you're willing, I'd really appreciate it. I've changed my number twice already, and it doesn't deter him. I don't know what else to do.
I understand. It's clear he doesn't respect boundaries, and a restraining order might be the next step if he keeps this up. But let me deal with him first. Can you screenshot some of his messages for me? The more evidence, the better.
Absolutely. I think I even have some voicemails. It's pretty pathetic. I almost pity him, but then I remember what he did.
It's hard to feel pity for someone who refuses to take responsibility. Do you feel safe where you're staying?
Yeah, my roommate's been amazing, and the building has good security. I just hate feeling trapped in my own life.
That's not fair to you. Ben's the one who should be feeling that way. I'll do my best to put a stop to this harassment. Just stay vigilant and let me know if anything else happens, or he escalates things. Okay?
Thank you so much, Liam. I can't express how grateful I am for your help. You're a lifesaver.
Of course, Amy. We'll get through this. Ben won't get away with tormenting you any longer. Ben, you need to back off. Leave Amy alone. What? Who's this? Did Amy put you up to this? It can't be Liam, right? I think he blocked me. Cut the act, Ben. You know exactly who this is. I won't let you harass her. Stop calling her, stop trying to contact her, and move on with your life. Look, man, it's between me and Amy. You stay out of it. It becomes my business when you refuse to respect her boundaries and terrify her. I just got a whole folder filled with screenshots. You do not want this escalating into legal trouble. She's just playing hard to get. Women always do that. She'll come around. Are you delusional? Leave her alone. She told you it's over. After everything you put her through? Do you have no shame? Fine. You're all so against me. It's not even fair. It was one little mistake. One little mistake? Are you kidding me? You pretended to be someone you weren't, then used her just like you used Sarah. You're pathetic. Look, about Sarah. I admit things got a bit out of hand, okay? But I was planning to come clean. Eventually. You were going to come clean after you got her money. And you left her son in the dust the moment she was gone. Don't you dare try and justify anything you did. Okay, fine. I messed up. But Amy, she was different. And don't you think you're being a little harsh? Everyone deserves a second chance. Your chance was when Amy found out the truth and still gave you the benefit of the doubt. You blew it. Now leave her alone or there will be consequences. What kind of consequences? You gonna beat me up, big guy? Do not test me, Ben. What you're doing is illegal. I don't need to beat you up. I'll just help Amy take all of this evidence to the police. Consider this your final warning. You wouldn't dare. Try me. I have screenshots of everything. The voicemails, the way you begged her for forgiveness, the whole pathetic show. They'd love to see this over at the police station, especially with your track record. No, wait. I'll leave her alone, I swear. Please just don't do this. Empty promises mean nothing coming from you, Ben. I don't believe a word you say. Come on, man. We're family. Don't do this to me. Can't we just talk this out like normal people? Family. You stopped being part of my family the second you chose money over love and decency. And no, there's nothing left to talk about. Stop harassing Amy and delete her contact information. If she hears from you again, I'm taking this straight to the cops. Am I understood? Fine, whatever. But you're making a mistake. You're going to regret this. The only mistake I regret is not recognizing you as the leech you are sooner. My actions have consequences for you, but at least I can still sleep soundly at night. Whatever you have to tell yourself to feel better, Liam. Karma has a way of biting people in the don't you dare threaten me. I've seen you at your worst, Ben. Nothing you can say will scare me. Now vanish, and pray I never have a reason to contact you again. After that, Ben kept harassing Amy, just like I expected. He really was a leech in the end. The moment he realized he couldn't live off Sarah's inheritance, he panicked and tried to beg me to take him in. And when that didn't work, he begged Amy to take him back, and wouldn't take no for an answer. He was really getting desperate at the end and was stalking her constantly. I helped Amy get a restraining order against him, but he violated it and showed up at her workplace. This was obviously an immediate felony thanks to the restraining order, and he was arrested for the night. That experience seemed to have scared him enough to leave everyone alone, though. Last I heard, he was living in a tiny one-bedroom apartment, jumping from part-time job to part-time job. I put him on blast online, too, since my sister had a pretty decent following online, especially in our community. She did a lot of charity work and funded some orphanages. I put his pictures and the whole story online, so if anyone looks him up, they'll see exactly what he tried to do. How he married my sister just for her money. Hopefully, this will stop him from ever trying to do the same thing again to some other poor woman. As for Max, he's doing a lot better these days. He's still traumatized from losing his mom at such a young age, but I've officially adopted him. And we're getting closer as a family day by day. I have no doubt he'll grow into a man his mother would be proud of.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.